Oh fuck, shit, bitch.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. You guys have no idea how excited I am for this. This is basically going to be the turbo budget build, and I'm super excited. For the last couple of months, I've been getting my mind ready. I've been reading a lot of great books like How to Be a VA Killer in Under 20 Minutes, How to Be the Ultimate VA Killer with 4 Bangers. These are all great books that you can read. Basically, what I'm going to be doing today is cleaning my block and cleaning my head. Also, we're going to change the springs on that. We're going to change it to dual springs and retainers. Well, I don't know if I'm going to do the retainers, but I'm doing the springs for sure. We're also going to be honing out the block. That's why we picked this bad boy up. And like I said, cleaning it. Also, if you guys wondering what this is what's called the Mexican sponge. Trust me, my ancestors have been using this forever and it's been working out great. So this is what I'm going to use. Also, since I feel like you guys are going to ask me or wondering, I'm doing an LS VTEC B18 block with the GSR head. This is also going to be my turbo build, and not only that, but I'm also swapping my car from auto to manual. Everything is going to be budget, and I mean budget, believe me. There's a couple more things that are missing, like intake manifold, valve cover, the most important thing. VTEC solenoid, another important thing. Waist ARP head studs, pipe, cheapo depot rods, nippon pistons, cheapo depot pistons, getting to the skid, head gasket, valve cover gasket, springs and retain pin gasket, cheapo water rods, oil pump. We got an ARP head studs. I'm just gonna stop right there. The point is, there's a lot of parts that are still missing. I'm not doing like a whole lot of craziness with the head. I'm mostly doing the block so that whenever we boost this thing, it doesn't, I don't know, crack a sleeve or throw a rod. Who knows these days? I'm only aiming for like 350 to 400 horsepower, so we should be able to get somewhere around there. Also, if you don't want to watch me clean, which I get, it's going to be a little boring because I'm going to go ham on it, but if you don't want to watch any of that, you can skip to right here.
Real live shit. Let's do it.
I really underestimated the time that this was going to take. There's still a lot of dirt and debris, and I would honestly love to take off the lifters / rocker arms, whatever you guys want to call them, but I really don't have time for that right now. However, I do think it's now time to get to the real business. And just to verify it, I'm not going to be honing it out anything special. What I'm doing is basically just creating a cross hatch so that the new rings for the pistons sit properly. there's a lot of scoring and rust on these cylinder walls because obviously it's just been sitting here. Basically what I'm gonna do is take my honing tool and just give it a nicely freshly crosshatch for the new rings to sit properly. I don't think you should be afraid to use this. I think you should really just take it real slow and do little at a time. I do recommend using a different one rather than this one, but I mean this is what AutoZone had, so this is what we're using. You want to do little at a time, and you just want to go up and down, keeping your arms steady. You don't want to go too crazy with this. Once you clean it all up, you should be able to see your freshly crosshatch.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
It may not be the prettiest, but it'll do. Sendit.com. As for the head, I think I need to wash it like 5 more times, but I just don't have the time for it right now. But I'm gonna do the springs. I don't think I'm doing the retainers. I think I'm keeping those stock, but I'll gladly do the springs. All right, guys, take a look at this humongous tool. This is what we're gonna use to take off the old springs. I know you're probably looking at this like, what the hell is this? Trust me, I thought the same thing. A buddy of mine let me borrow this tool, and I actually thought he had the one that bolts onto the head, and then you can just, it's basically easier to use. But instead, he had this thing. I mean, whatever works. It's a little more complicated, but it gets the job done as well. This is how it looks in the box. It's fairly easy to use. I know it looks complicated, but trust me, it's not. Check out this craziness. That's basically how it works. It holds the valve over here so it doesn't basically come out. And then this pushes the spring, and then you need a magnet to take off the little clips in there, and that's how you get your spring out. That just slides in here. And you start applying pressure. Once you get the little keepers out with the magnet, you just loosen it up and the spring should come out with the retainer. Look at that. Wow. That was pretty easy actually. I also got to change these out. The low motion assembly. Now we can take a look at the skunk too. These are the retainers. These are the springs. They look like ass cheeks. That's because the guy said he had them sitting for like 3 years. He never used them. Like I was saying, I had a good deal with these. He sold them. He let them go for 100. And if any of you guys know, retail price for those are like 300 and something. That's expensive. Alright guys, I just made a crazy discovery. Basically, one of the retainers is cracked. As you guys can see, we have the Skunk 2 one right here, and then this is the OEM original one. But take a look at the retainer. You can see 2 little cracks right there. You see them? Aww. Look, you can see them a little better now, huh? 1, 2. It's a bummer because I really wanted to use the OEM retainers rather than the titanium ones. And just to make sure that I wasn't going crazy, I took another one out, basically the one that was next to it, and this one has no cracks. So now I guess I'm gonna be using these. And the install is literally the complete opposite of what we have been doing. We're barely gonna do 2 and we still have all these other ones to do. Well guys, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty exhausted and unfortunately I didn't record much of it. The reason is because I felt like it was plain and simple and I didn't want to bore you guys with me just taking out the old ones, putting new ones in, old ones, putting new ones in. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and I hope you guys learned something from this video and are excited to see my car blow up, literally and physically. Anyways guys, I'm going to sleep. Have a good night.